5, 4, 3, 2. Hello everybody and welcome to the Screen Rhapsody. My name is Sino and I hope you are all doing well. So in today's video, as prefaced by the title down below, I am starting a brand new series. We are doing Breaking Bad Season 1 Episode 1. Now this show is totally new to me, I've never seen it, but I have heard great reviews of it, I've heard great opinions and sentiments on it, and so I figured, you know what, why not give it a shot and see what the fuss is all about. I know it did really well during its run in the Emmy and award seasons, and so we're about to find out why this show is lauded as great TV. Let's go. What? That was bound to happen. But what I want to know is why. Why is he not wearing pants or a shirt? He's gonna take the man's pants. How are you gonna make it out of there?
In Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Okay. So we find him at the latter end of whatever this has been happening.
You are the love of my life. I hope you know that. My big man. There are going to be some things that you...
Is he gonna go through with this?
Goodbye.
And will it work? I thought he was gonna shoot himself. Not the cops. Okay, now we find out how we get there. But what an interesting start. What a fascinating start to the story. I like how the names are spelled with the abbreviations found on a periodic table. Nice.
It's veggie bacon. Believe it or not, 0 cholesterol, no one can taste the difference.
Really?
Too bad. Eat it.
What year was this again? 2008? I was right, 2008.
It is fascinating.
Oh, so he has a second job.
I'm short-handed, Walter. What am I to do?
Those are nice wheels. Can he do this?
Hey, Mr. White. Make those tires shine, huh?
Oh my god.
Wow. That's demoralizing.
I'm showing it all, is she? This is my sister Marie.
Dad, come check this out.
Yes, it is.
Come on, take it.
Has he ever carried one before?
Richards with a glass of warm milk. Oh shit, turn on channel 3. At this point, we apprehended 3 individuals and placed them in
No.
custody.
No.
Well organized.
Hey, how much money is that?
It's about 700 grand. It's pretty good haul, as I said. Why don't you say the word and I'll take you on a ride along. Get a little excitement in your life.
Oh, you're about to see the assignment that's about to be in his life. Interesting. In fact, thought provoking. Oh.
I don't have the greatest insurance.
Take a couple of deep breaths for me.
His life is about to change. This is an MRI. It is. The harbinger of bad news, huh? I mean, if money was already tight before this diagnosis, oh, it's about to be up and stuck.
You understood what I just said to you.
I don't think so.
Lung cancer. Inoperable. A monster in your...
So he was listening and focusing apparently. Hyper-focusing, hyper-fixating. This is a terrible diagnosis.
Hey.
Hey.
How do you break the news?
MasterCard last month. So, how was your day?
It's fine.
She's juggling so many things, and yet she's still able to like actively listen. I applaud her. Because I've gotten bad at active listening. Do they say where he got it, the lung cancer, or how he got it, if he wasn't smoking?
And your eyebrows!
Okay. What about the painting, Walter? That needs to be done still. It's the weekend. Get it done. But I mean, you just received life-altering news, so... This is the best way that he's taking it, actually. Could be worse. But how is he going to reveal this to his wife? His family?
Just, I've been thinking about the offer.
And so it begins. The descent into darkness. The police.
Yes.
Okay. Answered a question I didn't know how to ask. Now I know why the masks. Absolutely no idea what's coming for him, does he?
You think I might get to go inside? See the...
Why? His brain is twirling. Oh.
Oh my god. Pinkman.
He's the cook. Are they gonna work together? I feel like he's gonna hunt him down. There'd be no way you'd wanna. No, he needs an experienced person to do this. If he's gonna do this, we know he's gonna do this. Oh, this is gold. Ah! Is he a student? Because how does he know him? Must be one of his students.
Hey,
Oh.
it's me. Malone.
I was a former student.
Cook? That's not you? You lost your partner today. What's his name?
Okay. So right off the bat, he didn't start this thing on his own. He kind of has been in a very warped and twisted way guided into it by divine twisted providence. Just things are kind of just falling into place for him to just pick up and just slot himself in nicely. He's not going out of his way or looking very hard to get into this path. Interesting.
Thinking maybe you and I could partner up.
I know. I'm shocked too.
Either that, or I turn you in.
There is that option. And you can't really say no.
You ever want me to read anything? I could critique it for you. Oh.
Not at that stage where
The siblings. Is he shopping in the school supply cupboard? He is. These are state-funded implements for students to learn, to expand their young bright minds, and he's pilfering from that collection. Well, that keeps his running costs low, right? His running costs are like minimal because we didn't put in any of his money. Okay. Plus, also, that's the best way to get this equipment without like raising eyebrows if you were to buy it at like a proper store and people ask you, what are you doing with this stuff? It's a great cover.
I saw your setup. Ridiculous. You and I will not make garbage.
Let's get out of here. Let's go.
Oh, he handles that. He's still in business.
Can't go home smelling like a meth lab.
Yeah, you can. Those.
Where did they get the ingredients from? That's what I want to know. Unless if it's stuff that's like everyday stuff, I can find this anywhere.
You got.
Is
Jesus,
that
you
the
got
final
crystals in here
product?
2
It
inches,
looks like
2
ice
inches
cubes.
long. You're a goddamn artist. This is art, Mr. White.
Oh.
Yeah.
What dog is that? Is that a Rottweiler?
Oh man. Twice as big.
Right.
Purebred.
Right. Super purebred.
Hey Poochie. How you doing?
Leave the dog alone.
Really broke me up about Emilio. That dude is like my brother. You okay? You talking?
Right, sure it did.
He thinks maybe you died.
Oh.
Oh, hey, that is bullshit.
Oh no. Not more people finding out the operations. Yikes. How much is that?
Wait a minute. Listen to me. I'll teach you my recipe. And I will teach you.
So is that how they end up in the car in the first part of the episode? Because there were like about 4 people in the vehicle when he was driving it. When initially, just now, it's just the 2 of them. Power shifts, power structures changing. Aibo! They're idiots. They are idiots. Also, this is happening now. I thought maybe it was like over a period of a couple of weeks that he's learning the recipe. I did not think he had that in him. Are they gonna die? That's how we ended up where we are now. Okay. Go time. That's how we ended up where we are now. Is he gonna claim that they were kidnapped and forced to do this? Because he can. He has a great cover-up story for it. This is his former student, and these are two known drug dealers and they're criminals. That would be so smart if that's what happens. Okay, that's how we ended up here. Actually, you don't even need to be holding the gun, bro. Because you can say I was coerced. Think. You're smarter than this. So it's not your time, my boy. It's just not your time for you. Fix this. You can fix this. Think you can fix this. Okay. And they see a half-naked man next to an RV. They're thinking he's just a camper. They're not too worried about him at all. Would you look at that? But what happened to the guys in the car? The two drug dealers, bro? It took him out? How are they going to resolve this?
I'll tell you this. I do not like it when you don't talk to me.
Fact.
Worst thing
Fact.
you can do is
Same.
shut me out.
Yes. Yes. I agree with that. I do not like that. Okay, so we have finally reached the thoughts and closing remarks portion of this video, and I will be looking down at the screen because I have taken down a few notes, so just don't mind me as I glance down. Don't be distracted. What I'm saying is what's important. Okay, so let's get straight into it. The first thing that I want to say is that I really loved this episode. I really enjoyed this episode, and there are so many things to love about it, but we'll start with the first one. One is that what I noticed I think not early on, because for the most part, I think up until maybe halfway through the episode, I was just there like, what is going on? I was just, whole time my jaw was on the floor. But what I noticed as we went, I think maybe halfway into the episode, is that every scene serves a purpose. The scenes aren't just there to just fill up time and just fill up space. No. They are well thought out and serve a purpose. I might have missed a lot of symbolism in the beginning, and I think that's something that I noticed when I was not editing the episode, that there was so much that I missed in the reaction. But if you're here and you listen to this, I'll touch on some of those things. If I missed more, please let me know in the comments down below. I am not above being corrected and being informed even further. So, one example of the purposes that each scene served is that symbolic. For example, with the gun that we see at the beginning of the episode when he's in the desert, and then also at his birthday party when he first touches the gun. And I think, I might be wrong, correct me if I am, that I think that was his first time ever in his life being that close to a gun and touching a gun. And the difference that I find very interesting is that he's holding it and we're seeing him slowly make this descent into this dark and murky world that is drug. selling, or that is the narcotics business, illegal substances business, and it's a very violent world. And then right across from him, in a very stunning juxtaposition, is his brother-in-law, who is a law enforcer, like of that same world. You cannot tell me that that's not beautiful writing. You cannot tell me that that's not poetic writing. Are you kidding me? I loved that. When eventually it clocked, when I noticed that, I was like, whoa. There are your flowers. The second thing is, I really enjoyed the way Walter as a character was portrayed, or is being portrayed, like the layers that make up who he is being unpeeled scene to scene. And unlike, I think, recent pilot episodes where there's almost this rush to give each character sort of like so not sort of, but this rush to flesh out each character, just not only the protagonists or the antagonists, but like everybody else, like the side characters. No, this time it was really, the focus was really on Walter. Like we get it, like this is his story. He is him. He is the main character. Everybody else around is just in his world. This is Walter's world, and we're all just living in it. And so I can't even think, if I were to add up like the running time in minutes, how much time was spent on Walter. I think it was quite substantial. And all that time revealed to me a character that is very meticulous, thorough, and pedantic. And I think based on this life that he is now going into, he is going to need to be pedantic, meticulous, and thorough. You cannot be a sloppy person in that world. You are gonna get taken out, not only by your enemies, your competitors, the cops too. The law is literally on your ass in like minutes. And so I think that those character traits are going to serve him very well, because you need to get your things in order. You need to not cross your hairs in order to not get caught. Again, either by your enemies, competitors, or the arm of the law. And I'm so keen to see how it's going to play out. I mean, this is the same guy, right, who is so pedantic about having lab safety equipment. He has an apron that is coated in chemical resistant PVC, but he's cooking meth. You can't make this up. Well, they did, but like, you cannot make this up. Like that attention, that level of attention to detail. Guys, I have to stand. Like, give this man his flowers. Give the writer's room their flowers, because what do you mean he has plans to set up a emergency eye wash station? The same guy, but he's cooking meth in that same lab. Like the juxtaposition of legal and illegal, guys, come on. Come freaking on, okay? You can't not stand. I'm sorry, if you're not standing, you're a born hater. You're like grade A hater, and there's no saving you. Like, there is no saving you at all. Right, so the thread is so long, but I'm starting to see the pairs. So the pair of illegal versus legal. I mean, there we have the DEA agent handing a gun to a guy who's soon going to be a drug dealer. Then you have a guy who already has been in the business, aka Pinkman, and a guy who was on the straight and narrow for some time. That's one. Another thread, how he gets his supplies. His school supplies for students that are supposed to be learning chemistry on the right side of the law, and he's using that to supply his kitchen. Crazy. And then, same dude, cooking in a lab. He's like, no, we need safety equipment, but also we're making narcotics. Those parallels, those pairs, stunning. Absolutely love them. Still on this trait of his ridiculous attention to detail. I just hope that it serves him well. It has to. They spend too much time working on that, building on that, for it not to serve him well. Please don't tell me I'm wrong. I know you guys have seen this and I'm thinking, oh boy, are you in for a ride? And I'm happy to go along the ride, but I just really hope that this serves him well. I have such high hopes for it serving him well, because this has the makings of a mastermind. I mean, they're already out here calling him an artist. He's a wonder kid. Okay, not a kid anymore, but he's like a genius. It has to serve him in just more than him being able to make a great myth, right? It has to go beyond just that. It has to extend into the other areas of this business that he's taking on. I really hope that it does. Do not prove me wrong. Do not. Another point that I want to make is that Walter possesses such great cerebral brilliance, and the life that he has led has not lived up to that, at least up until the point where he turned 50. He has lived a very, sedated and unfulfilling life. I mean, he was part of a research team that won a Nobel Prize in 1985 in chemistry, and then he turns out to just teach at high school. There has to be something in him that is unchallenged. Like, he's so passionate about chemistry. Like, you see him when he's teaching, you heard him when he was speaking about it. He loves this stuff, and then he's only limited to a high school curriculum. He's got to be going stir crazy inside. There is no way you're telling me that he's completely okay and content at that. I refuse to believe that. He is absolutely got to be reaching or has reached boiling point internally. We're just about to see, I think, an eruption, and there are already signs of an eruption. I mean, hello, this man is told that he's about to die or is facing terminal cancer, and is thinking, yeah, let's make drugs for the money. That has got to be indicative of something deeper than just, oh no, I need to provide for my family before I expire. I don't know, that's just me. I mean, because think about it honestly, his mental acuity versus his job is giving 2 + 4 = 8. It's not making sense. It is not making sense. And so I think that might be another line of attack or, motivation as to why he ends up being where he's currently headed. Can't wait to see that. I cannot wait to see how that pans out. Let's talk about some side characters for a little bit. And some side characters to note are his brother and sister-in-law. Can we just agree right off the bat how obnoxious and insufferable they both are? Like, they're so grating on the nerves. They deserve each other. He's like at the party, oh, turn the channel or whatever, and then it's about him. Oh, I'll invite you over to one of our busts. Okay, we get it, guy. You are a DEA agent. We get it. And her sister, the less said about her, the better. I'm curious to see though how the relationship between Walter and his brother-in-law is going to change, because seeing how so far he has used the information that he has gotten from his brother to get to where he is. I mean, he learned that there's a lot of money in the drug trade. We all knew that, but like, just he had estimates of like how much a bust was, and that there could be more made. And then he was there at a bust, so he knows how they operate. It's without warning. They burst in there, they want to catch you in the act, they want to catch you with evidence on you, and it's a team and you're flooded with like, DEA agents. It's almost impossible for you to escape without either getting hurt or just dying. He knows that now. He also knows that some of the methods that they employ rather to catch you, and the tips that they receive, word on the street, snitches, whatever it might be, to put together a piece that allows them to go into a house or go into a space and seize would-be drug dealers, would-be drug makers, would be illegal activity going on in the space. He has used that information already. Now I'm thinking, as the show progresses, how is he going to take advantage of his relationship with his brother-in-law and the title and and the position that his brother-in-law holds in a law enforcement agency that particularly deals with what he's now going to do? Is he going to continue to siphon information out of his brother under the guise of, oh, I'm just a bored 50-year-old man who lives a boring life, and I would like to hear how your life is so cool and exciting, and I just want to hear more of your exploits in this your job that you're doing, also feeding into the ego that the brother-in-law clearly has? Or is he going to recruit him into being, you know, a dirty DEA agent? I don't know. I mean, it's right there. The possibility has been made known to us, and so there might be another option that I might. That helicopter, when I catch you, as I was saying, I don't know that there might be a third option that I'm not thinking of. If there's something that I am missing, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm very, very keen to hear your thoughts as well. It could go so many different ways. I think it's a very open-ended but possible line of path that we could go down. Really, it's just, yeah, it's brimming with potential. It's brimming with potential. I mean, he could make friends with other DA agents that are less suspecting than his brother. He could really exploit that tie very, very well. I mean, he already has by being able to meet with drug dealers in the first place. Where was he going to meet one on a regular day? He wouldn't have known what to look for. Like, he would have known nothing. And so I think it's only going to get worse the way he exploits this time with the DEA, and I'm keen to see how that is going to play out. The final thing that I want to mention before we wrap this video up is a pattern that I noticed within the episode. I found that to be quite poignant and like just beautifully written. I had to bring it up. I was like, oh, what a pattern. So in the beginning, the opening scene, we see he's in the desert, right? He starts off in the desert, clothes flying off his hanger, and is hurtling through the desert in his RV, and then we switch to, or rather we cut to, him in bed with his wife on the morning of his 50th birthday. Then towards the end of the episode, we are first in the desert, and then we end up in bed with his wife and end scene. I thought that was so pretty. I was like, oh, what a beautiful full circle moment. I don't know, I just love when movies do that, or like when TV shows do that, or when books do that. I love it when we call back what happened in the beginning. I just think that is so cool and like smart. I know it's been overdone and done so many times and it's nothing new, but I still enjoy it when that happens. I just think that's very smart writing, that's very clever, and I love it. I will not get sick of that. I do not get sick of that. You're carrying the audience along with you rather, and you know, callbacks to previous events or previous incidents is just so cool to me. And another thing, speaking of full circle moment, is where we began in the desert, and then we see how we got to the desert. I mean, it was a very cold start, because I'm thinking to myself, why are we rushing through this desert? Why are your clothes flying off a hanger, and why is the hanger on the outside handle of the door? Well, what is going on here? And where are your pants? Why are you naked in an RV with a gas mask on? It's just such startling visuals. You can't help but be like sucked into it, like, because you want to know why. If anything else, just tell me why we're here, and also if you can, if it is pleasing to you, how we got here. And they went and did that, and then some. I am impressed. Yeah, so that's it for me and my thoughts and feelings on this episode. What a gem. What a gem of a pilot. And I'm so geeked to go into the rest of this show. I just know it's gonna be a blast. I just know. Not only just because, I mean, the first episode was great, but also over the years this show has been lauded as brilliant TV. It's up there with The Wire and I think True Detective as well. And aren't those all HBO shows? Wow, okay. What a run HBO has had. So I know I'm in good hands. I'm about to have a great time, and I hope you guys come along with me and stick around for the ride. And with that being said, I will end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. And cut.